Conquest. There we go. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 26 stream. Excuse me. Here on Twitch, I'm NextJGGen24, and today we're going to be doing a lot of offline grinding to wrap up some stuff before the new Legends and Flashbacks collection comes out tomorrow. So obviously, as my title indicates, we're going to start with the vintage mini seasons because if you don't recall from yesterday, I had bought all but one vintage series card, and the reason I didn't get one more is because I'm grinding. I figured that the best way to finish off this collection was to grind for Mitch Garver. So Garver is going to be the final card we get before I get Ketel Marte. And the way that I get him is obviously by playing the mini seasons. Hold on, I do have to reset the game there. Which it's not gonna take me long, I don't think. We'll see. We'll see if this even starts up, and I may have to do the whole intro again. No, obviously I'm okay. But you can see here with this, I already started this mainly because I was trying to get vintage guys, but it turns out I don't even need to get that because I just need to get enough to get Mitch Garver, and we'll have Ketel Marte. And that will be part of getting ready for the new Legends and Flashbacks collection. There is also a showdown in this game dedicated to Max Scherzer. So you can see here, Scherzer, if you do the program, is this on Hall of Fame? Like Jacob deGrom's thing is? That's the other thing, too. I mean, Jacob deGrom's showdown is here as well. He's part of the 100 win club, but it's all on Hall of Fame, so. But I'm not worrying about that. I'm more worried about trying to get Scherzer. So. That will be after I do vintage mini seasons, and then after we do that showdown, assuming that that's not on the one of the harder difficulties, then I intend to go to Conquest, and you can see here there's a Jim Rice card in the May Flowers Conquest Map that I never got around to, so I'm going to try my best to get that. Excuse me. I don't know if I'll have time, but I'll try my best to get that so that I can have an All-Star card before the next voucher for it comes out. So that is the plan for today. So with that said, let's go ahead and hop into mini seasons. And actually, I'm going to change my lineup because I really don't need this anymore. I don't need this vintage lineup because I'm not grinding for vintage packs. I'm going to be done with this collection. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting in cards that are close to being super factored. We'll do Cody Bellinger for this one because he's pretty close. Center field, we have Grady Sizemore. Right field, I think I was working on Carson Benj. Yep, there's Benj. First base, I mean, we could do Carlos Santana, But I thought there was another card that I was working on. I mean, there's quite a couple here. There's Richie Sexton. Yeah, we'll do Carlos. Luis Ariz will probably keep in because he's the closest to being superfractored. Shortstop, that's obviously going to be Lindor. Third base, we're going to go with David Wright. Catcher, Hunter Goodman. And then for this, let's see, Aaron Judge. No, we'll do Lou Gehrig. We'll keep Satchel Paige in here. Keep Freddie Peralta in here as well. I only need one of them, actually, now that I think about it. Jacob deGrom. Yamamoto. Ooh, what was that? Seth Fernandez? Nah, he's too low. Let's see. Who could I throw in? Clay Buckles? J.R. Richard? Tom Glavine? Let's do Clay. Do Zerpa. Chapman. And we'll keep everyone else where they are. So. And then we'll just make sure that everything's all good here. Lead off with... Sure, we can lead off with Carson Bench, and then we can move Lindor here. Santana up. Goodman here. Bellinger can play up. Let's see. Actually, Gary can play a bit down. Although now this puts me dangerously. This puts me at 5 straight lefties at the bottom of my lineup. Whatever. It's only one game. Let's see. We'll do Yamamoto. Ow. You have to forgive me, I hurt. That's part of getting old. You get old, your body starts to hurt. All right. So here we go. Strike 3, sit out. That's a good way to start it off. They really need to fix the Showdown menus? Why? Strike 3, sit down. The game might be a little glitched. I mean, yesterday you saw it. It was so glitchy that it was really slow. So it might just be that some of the new content might have messed up the game itself. Hmm. Well, this isn't good. Ah, crud. Yes, I know. Max Scherzer. Me and Gamer were talking about it yesterday. We figured there had to be one for Scherzer's 3,500th career strikeout. Is that one on veteran, or is that one like the Jacob deGrom one where strike 3, sit down, where it's on Hall of Fame? Okay. Strike 3, sit down. Strike 3, sit down. You know what? I may have to, if I don't get the offense going, I may have to play a second game. There we go. Thank you, Hunter Goodman. Finally got the Spotlight Christopher Sanchez card. Nice. Enjoy it. There we go. We're getting a little offense now. Finish the vintage collection to get Marte. Yeah, I felt like out of all the collections, the vintage one was probably the easiest to complete. You know, of the World Baseball Classic, the new threads, the mural, cityscapes, all that kind of stuff. Like, vintage just seemed like it was really easy. And Cody Bellinger with the home run. So now we're up 4-0. Ugh. Spammer. Ew. Get out of my life. And Luis Ariz with his own home run. Opening the Boss Pack and sold Soto for over $90K. That must have been tough. Very tough decision. Because that Soto card, I have to think that Soto card was good. Okay. Lindor with his own home run. I'm not selling Lindor. I don't think well, I could, but I'm not selling him because one, he's a Mets player, and two, he just rakes for me. Santana with the home run as well. Santana might be one that I do sell, but I want to at least have some fun with him. I should have sold Santana when he was over 200K, but I wanted to keep him because he was a good card. Yeah, and plus we know that the whatever the last inning XP reward path is, that one we're going to be able to get all the ones that we missed. That's why I'm not worried about trying to get the other cards. Yes, I did see that. Yep. I mean, I have nothing to fear. I never took advantage of it. Lou Gehrig with the home run. Let's go. Oh, let this just go to show you. Just because there's a glitch out there does not mean you should be taking advantage of it. Lisa Rise with the home run. There we go. Now the offense is really going here. Poor Carson Bench. Just can't seem to get on the hit parade. Strike three, sit down. Just makes you wonder what would have happened if somebody transferred over LaGraza, to this year's game. What would they have done to accounts that use LaGraza to glitch out? What's up, Poopin? How are ya? Strike three, sit down. Strike 3, sit down. Almost done completing all the conquests. You have 4 more to go. Oof. I mean, the conquest maps take me... They couldn't... conquest maps usually take me about 2 hours to complete. That's why I'm worried I may not get Jim Rice in this stream. I may get close, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get him. Fine, that's fine, it's worth it because I want to get some packs. Alright. I mean, maybe you can find a quicker way than I can. After all, I think what slows me down is the fact that I steal fans from strongholds before I attack them, but that's so I can guarantee I either play on veteran or rookie, not play on all-star like I did last year. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'd rather just face the strongholds on easier difficulties than play on harder ones. You play all-star to rookie? Yeah, that's about my range, going from rookie to all-star. You know, if I have to play on Hall of Fame, then it is what it is. But I rarely do that. Which might explain why I may never get Jacob deGrom. '96. I got that 96 overall in this year's season. I don't know his name. There are a lot of 96 overalls. I think you need to be a little more specific. DeGrom? Then I'm not really sure who you could be talking about. Strike 3, sit down. Nope. Strike 3, sit down. Is it Sanchez hooping? Was it Sanchez?
Nope, that's inside.
That should have been ball 2. But no ABS, so can't challenge it. The feels like temperature where I live says it's over 108 degrees. Yeah. Welcome to June. Tomorrow, if I come on, I will tell you his name, but I'm off to work. Okay. All right. Well, enjoy work. Finally, Bench gets on the hit parade, and he gets an RBI double out of it. Gotta get as much parallel XP as I can with him. I'm not sure, but he might be the first Met I superfractor. Work is much cooler now that he's Well, you would certainly hope so.
Nope, outside.
How political are we getting here? Because I really do try to avoid talking about politics. And I'm not on TikTok either, so, you know, I really don't know how political this is going to get. Yeah, I'm not really going to comment on that. I'm not sure that's really, oh God. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know too much about it. I mean, we were covering it, but I don't know too much about it. Carlos Santana with the home run, so I can't really comment on it. I just know that, you know, with me, this is the only thing I'll say about it. I try to not look at someone's race, and I really just try to look at it as the situation as one person is dead, another person claims to stab him in self-defense. Now, that might be where it gets political, but I just try to look at it as not based on race, but rather two people. Two people who, you know, one is dead and the other one is accused of killing him and was convicted. Now, granted, he has the right to go through the legal process and everything. He has every right to have his conviction appealed. But once that's it, that's it. Once he goes through all the possible appeals, it's over. The truth is, I don't know what happened in that tent. But apparently a jury believed that Carmelo Anthony killed Austin Metcalf. So that's how 12 jurors saw it. Although I have to say, I thought it was kind of quick that they already sentenced him to 35 years in prison. I thought, I mean, I don't know how the legal system works in Texas, but I guess there's an option to, like, the jury can just determine a sentence right there on the spot. I really don't know, because all the cases I've seen before in the past usually don't get that sentence so quick after conviction. Usually they take like a couple months, or sentencing is a couple months after conviction. Strike 3, sit out.
Ball, that's in.
But maybe they do it differently in Texas. I really have no idea. So that's about all I'm going to say about it. The reality is, I don't know what actually happened, but clearly 12 jurors, thought that Carmelo Anthony, not the basketball player, but this student stabbed another student at a track meet. So that's all I could say. Yeah, it's just hard to talk about because I really haven't followed it closely. I knew we were covering it. I just didn't know too much about it.
Ball.
Although I have to say, this wasn't the typical high profile murder that I've covered, or my radio news program has covered, or the radio news program that I'm a part of. This isn't our typical story. Like this really just seemed like it could have been just another. Obviously, murder is terrible. Somebody lost their life over this. But it just didn't seem like the kind of case that we would take high profile. I mean, we've taken a lot of other murder trials that were more high profile. Like, I remember covering Alec Murdaugh's murder trial, double murder trial. That was pretty high profile. All right, Hoopin. It honestly just seemed like this could have been more of a local story, and I don't know what brought it to national attention. That's all I'm going to say about it. But I'll just also say this about TikTok. You got to be careful. You got to be careful when you're on that platform. Strike 3, sit down. Because it's obviously skewed to make you find stuff that is more what you're looking for. And you tend to watch more videos that are to your liking, and that's how they keep you addicted. I mean, YouTube and Facebook do the same thing with their reels. But I don't know, I always felt like TikTok just kind of worsened it. So that's why I'm not on TikTok. Well, there's a lot of reasons I'm not on TikTok. One of those reasons being that. So you'll never see me on TikTok unless someone puts clips on their own platforms, in which case I'll be on TikTok, but it's not going to be my own account or anything like that. I refuse to be on TikTok, at least through my own creation. Strike 3, sit out. What other people do in terms of clipping my streams and putting it on TikTok, that's on them. But me personally, I will never do that. I'm gonna stay off of it as much as I can. And so far, so good. Excuse me. David Wright with the home run. Dead center, too. Yeah, kinda. I mean, to me, it's like you knew there are people who knew the glitch was there and just thought they could take advantage of it without consequences. I mean, I think it's the same thing for the guy who built La Graza, or the player who built La Graza last year thought that they could do this stadium, glitch it out, and just take advantage of it, and then they got banned. And now no one can create a La Graza type stadium anymore. So, well, I never did it, so I don't necessarily have to worry. But maybe those streamers will not do that again. One could hope. Well, they're not going to be able to do it again because MLB The Show or San Diego Studios is not going to let anyone take advantage of that glitch. They're going to probably patch it and ban all the accounts that did it, and that'll be that. Hey, rules should apply to everyone, whether they're streaming or not. Strike 3, sit down. Oh, well.
Nope. Ball one. That's ball two.
Strike 3, sit down. Excuse me. Oh, well. Of course. I mean, I know for a fact that Carson Benj is not going to be super fractured after this, which is a shame. I'm going to try so hard with this guy, but it's probably not going to happen. Oh, that was probably the Mets game being over. Oh, shoot. My phone is down there. Someone let me know what the score of the Mets game was. Last time I checked, it was 4-3 St. Louis. Hunter Goodman with the home run. I mean, I have to think that I'm going to get the parallel XP with enough to get Mitch Garver, and then I can have Ketel Marte. Ow. Oh, shoot. That's fine. Strike 3, sit down. And there goes the perfect game, no-hitter, and all that jazz. Oh, well. It's all right, Yamamoto. Really doesn't get us any more parallel XP. It's just was nice to have it. Strike 3, sit down. Actually, I know how I can find out what the score of the Mets game was. Just check on X. Cody Bellinger with the home run. Mets.
Nope. Foul ball.
There we go. Looks like it's a win. It is a win. The Mets have won 5-4. Juan Soto hit the go-ahead home run in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs. So that's how they won. All right. Well, at least they avoided the sweep, which is sad to say. That's the best they could have hoped for. All right, Yamamoto.
Ball, that's low.
Oh, a perfect, a shutout blown right there. That's too bad. All right. Let's see. Who can we throw in? Yeah, let's put in Raleigh.
That's a ball.
Strike 3, sit down. Oh, still 8 innings from Yamamoto is not too bad. And he's going to get the win.
Nope, that's a ball.
And it's going to be a quality start, too.
Ball, inside.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball one. Ball, that pitch is out.
Strike 3, sit down. Explosive second inning was all we needed. Let's just hope this was enough parallel XP to get Garver. And it is. So Mitch Garver, finally have him. Came so close to the show pack. I'm sure I'll get it. Or wait. No? Didn't get it? Okay. A-okay. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Boom, there we go. Ketel Marte. So now I am officially ready for I'm officially ready for the next collection, at least vintage series wise. And I mean, not only that, you know, well, I guess I should check on this. Let's see. 45, 45. I mean, they're only getting more expensive. This is so sad. They need to bring these prices down. That's the only way I'm going to get Miguel Cabrera. That's the only way, because it's either the Akon voucher or it's Miguel Garcia, and I really don't have a lot of hope with Miguel. All right, I'm gonna open up some packs, maybe get something good out of it. Doubtful though. I sincerely hope they fix this for tomorrow. I hate how glitchy this is. Shota Managa. All right. Well, that's about all I could do. So now let's go ahead and do the showdown for Max Scherzer. And then we'll move on to Jim Rice. That's not a good sign if that's the best that I can hope for from that pack. Okay. I like Torkelson here. So I'm going to go with Torkelson. So I'm guessing the next one will be like a Nationals player. I didn't even get to do the draft. Brady House, Eli Willis, Joey Weimer. I'm gonna go Joey Weimer. Dodgers, okay. A lot of options here, but I think I'm gonna go with Trey Turner so I could get some speed. Now I think the next one should be Mets. Because I think after the Dodgers, he went to the Mets. Let's see. Conforto would be good. Yeah, he could be like the DH or whatever. All right, so next should be the Texas Rangers. Can't believe they gave Palmeiro that low power. Ooh, Wyatt Langford. He could give us power and speed, and finally the Toronto Blue Jays, where I'm tempted to go with Hernandez here. Definitely going to go with Hero Time, and we're going to go with Leadoff Magic. Do 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 do. Sorry, just had to update my title to reflect the fact that now I'm playing the Max Scherzer Milestone Showdown. I don't care if he's out of position. That's not as big of a concern to me. Okay, that's fine. What we have is fine. I feel like I'm kind of pushing my luck here. Yeah, I'm just going to quit while I'm ahead. Just get into the showdown. Live series, Max Scherzer and the Nationals enter with the game tied and taking the lead before the final out. Okay.
Ball. That's ball four. Take your risk.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Mm. Oh, excuse me.
Ball. Ball.
It's all right. That's exactly why I put Trey Turner over at third. And it turns out I didn't even need to do that because Michael Conforto was just going to blast one to center field, and that was going to be the game winner. Uh, can I just back out? I hope I can. Phew. Look, I'm only going to say this once, and I hope SDS is listening. Fix your game. Okay, I'm tired of having to do this constantly. Back out of modes after playing one game. One. And you can't tell me it's because I downloaded a created stadium. I was having these problems even before I downloaded Costco 2.0 or Costco V2. You can't tell me that was the issue. The fact is that this game is glitchy as hell. You know it, SDS. You know it. See, this is the kind of game that would turn off a lot of people. Make them not even want to get the game for next year. Say, forget MLB The Show 27. If it's going to be as glitchy as this one, like, this is even worse than it was last year. I mean, isn't this why you do tech tests? So that you can, so that this can be, like, addressed? I'm really disappointed in SDS. It seems like they've gotten to the point where it's like, we'll just throw this game out and people will still buy it. And they're right. People will still buy it. That doesn't mean they're going to be happy with the end product. Just saying. This is worse than 18, but 18's still bad. I mean, 18, I think the biggest problem was early on, where it would just glitch out because there were so many people crashing the server. I think that's what the biggest issue was. But eventually it got fixed. But this is not getting fixed anytime soon. Because now we're going to have the Okay, but you're talking about gameplay-wise. I'm not talking about gameplay with MLB The Show 18. I'm talking about how glitchy this is. MLB The Show 18, aside from kicking you out or kicking you out of Diamond Dynasty before you even get in, that's what I'm talking about. Like what's going on now, this is glitchy. I thought last year was bad. This is far, far worse. It feels like every single time I come out of a game, I have to worry about whether or not there were times. There were times. It didn't happen often. That's why I'm saying this year is worse than it was last year. I found it very glitchy, especially after you played Diamond Quest. This, it just seems like every single game I could be locked out or I could be frozen out of Diamond Dynasty. So it's even worse. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard about that, I immediately thought of you. I was like, oh geez, is Gamer getting banned? Because I know you were the one who told me about it. But I'm glad to hear that you're not getting banned. Ha! Serves them right. All right, Joey Weimer is going to stay at second. Going to get another run in, so... Am I right? No. No, you kidding me? I only have 153,000 stubs. There is no spending spree tomorrow. There is none. I don't care. No. I'll get the vouchers, or as many vouchers as I can, but I am not spending anything for whatever player is going to be released tomorrow. No. It's not about being Mr. Krabs. It's about the fact that I'm at 153,000 stubs. And my priority is getting the live series collection done. That's my priority. I don't have Otani. I don't have Judge. I need those guys. Because that's how I'm going to get a lot of flashbacks. Greg Nettles. I'm going to get Felix Hernandez. Albert Pujols. Troy Tulowitzki. Roy Campanella. Gonna be hard to do that when I don't have a lot of stubs to work with. And yes, 153,000 subs is not a lot to work with, considering where I was with 600,000. So you know what? Don't even throw that Mr. Krabs crap at me.
In there.
Yes, I could have sold Santana. I probably should have sold Santana. But you know what? I'm having fun with him. And I want to keep using him.
Got it. Final showdown complete.
Not to mention, he's tier 5 for me. Who else is not going to help me get the mural collection done? As far as I know, there's no signature series that's coming out tomorrow unless they're having unless they're going to have one for Pujols tomorrow. So, no. Albert Pujols and Al Leiter, correct? All right, that'll work for me. All right, let's get into Jim Rice here. So I'm just if a collection comes out, so be it. But I'm not. There's. I'm not trying to worry about Legends and Flashbacks. Hold on. There we go. Oh boy, Carson Bench. Oh, here. Hang on. The next purchase will be judged here during. Hold on. Trying to update my title. Okay.
Ball, that's up.
Sounds like a plan. Just keep getting those packs, selling those duplicates. Who knows? Maybe you can pull Judge. The only cards that I'm keeping are Dodgers or Yankees cards that I don't already have. Those are the only ones I'm keeping. Everything else that I get in packs, those are going to be sold because they're duplicates. Or cards that I really don't need anyway.
Safe.
And that's gone. Carlos Santana with the home run. See? Santana is fun.
Alright.
Strike 3, sit down. Nope, safe.
Safe. He's in there.
Jacob Young was way too quick.
Hey, big throw. Yeah. Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Strike 3, sit down.
Hey. No, he beat it. He beat it. That missed. That's a ball. Yeah.
What up, Dodger? How are ya? Enjoying your summer vacation? Strike 3, sit down. Pretty much the same. Pretty eventful stream that I've done so far. I mean, I completed the Vintage Series collection, so I got Ketel Marte. I also finished up on the
That's a ball.
I finished up the Max Scherzer Showdown. Got his Milestone card, and
Ball.
Well, now I'm trying to do the May Flowers Conquest Map for Jim Rice. Although I don't know if I'll get to Jim Rice today. I mean, I certainly hope to, but we'll see.
That's a ball.
Yeah, exactly. You know, nice little offline stream to kick off before the Legends and Flashbacks the new Legends and Flashbacks collection comes out tomorrow. I sincerely hope they do a flash sale because I really need those Easter egg cards for Miguel Cabrera, his 99 overall card, not his 95 card, is 99. Or at least I hope sometime in the near future there's going to be a flash sale.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's just kind of high
Ball.
on these prices. I don't think the or the Easter egg series is gonna count towards this new collection because you already collect like 8 of them in order to get the voucher for Miguel, or you collect 15 of them. You collect 15.
That's a ball.
And it's like, how many more can you do? You hope the card is good tomorrow? We'll see. Gamer, was it you who was saying it's probably Joe Mauer? Strike 3, sit down. Ah, geez, Satchel Paige giving up the home run. Why are you cooked?
Oh yeah. Hey. Ball.
Yeah, their only play was the first. I don't have World Baseball Classic either. And I don't expect to have that done. Well, I still should take out Satchel Paige. Or a home can come in and get the final outs. Final 3 outs.
Ball high.
Strike 3, sit down.
Wood. Strike.
Oh, if you had just kept the glove down, you would have had him. Strike 3, sit down. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because that was a strikeout. Oh, oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I already knew I had Scherzer. And now I have to back out, reset the game, and then I can go after the next game in Conquest. And then repeat the process over and over again, which is why I say this is going to take me a while. And I don't think I'm going to get Jim Rice today. I could always try again tomorrow. Depends on what kind of content we're going to get, aside from the new Legends and Flashback card. We're also going to get an attribute update as well. What, this? Why? There's nothing spectacular about this. I'm just tossing the rope or the remote in my hand and catching it. Like I would do with a baseball if I had a baseball here. Mm. Damn it. I'm okay with playing on All Star against the Rockies because I know they're not that great. So I think I can get away with it. Francisco Lindor with the home run.
What do you got?
Ah. Strike three, sit down. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Overnights, man. They don't do you any favors. Ah. Attaboy Conforto. Sorry, I was trying to grab my shoe. Wow, that was close. That was close. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. We are playing at Coors Field, so balls tend to travel a bit more. But still, that actually could have gotten out of here if it had a little more oomph behind it. As long as your dad is there to pick you up, yeah, why not? Unless I don't know, is there a reason why you're being told not to visit your dad? I mean, if you want to go see him, you could. I feel like you should go see him. But that's really up to you. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would just give your dad a heads up if you want to go travel to see him. Probably should give other family members of yours a heads up, like your mom or whatever sibling. If you have any siblings, maybe give them a heads up. Unless you're all going together, but it sounds like you're going on your own. Oh, he travels to Maryland? So you want to go with him? Is it like Baltimore, Maryland, or are we talking about some other part of Maryland? Like closer to West Virginia? Wager? Huh? Wager?
Ball, that's out.
Welcome in, Yaja Plays. I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean by a wager. Like, you're talking about betting? I mean, I don't really bet. Try to stay away from that gambling stuff. Okay, kind of bizarre.
Nope, that's foul.
Dang. I was hoping to get one more run, but looks like Francisco Lindor is going to have to be all the offense that I can muster. Yeah, pretty awkward. That was bizarre, to say the least. Anyway, yeah, if you can afford the trip and you want to go meet him, and as long as you tell people where you're going, then I think you have every right to go see your dad. Got him. You actually reminded me. I need to book my hotels for Toronto and for Cooperstown, and then I need to call the rental car company and ask them if I could take if they allow people to take rental cars to Canada. Strike 3, sit down. So I got to do all that. Photo tier 3, nice. And a ball in his habit pack. That's good. All right. I'm not going to steal fans because I think I have enough here to be able to challenge the White Sox and play on veteran. As long as I don't lose too many fans, which I don't. Right, phone's down there. It's charging. But I am going to have to go up against the Pirates at some point.
Nope. That's inside.
Yeah, I was in Maryland. I've been to Baltimore a couple times in my life. The most recent being last year when I visited Baltimore my for the visit to Camden Yards. Really nice stadium. I enjoyed Camden Yards.
That's foul.
The area that I stayed in was nice. Plus, not far from where I stayed was the Babe Ruth Museum as well. So, if you're going into Baltimore, and I think it's closer to the coast because it was closer to Baltimore Harbor, then I think you can. It is nice, and it's actually not that far away from M&T Stadium, where the Baltimore Ravens play. So if you want to go check that out too, it's within walking distance.
Ball that side.
Strike 3, sit down.
No, that's low. Ball, that's off the plate.
But I don't know if you're visiting Baltimore, there might be other parts of Baltimore that I didn't see. Okay, I really just stuck to the ballpark area. Okay, yeah, look at the Orioles schedule, see if it lines up for when your dad is there, and see if that's something that your dad is interested in doing. Camden Yards, like I said, is a very nice stadium. I enjoyed it. And like I said, as an added bonus, the Babe Ruth Museum is not that far away from the stadium. So you could walk over there and you could learn about Babe Ruth. Attaboy, Michael Conforto. But I don't know what else there is to do in Baltimore. And I also didn't like the fact that there weren't too many fast food restaurants or cheap places to be able to eat. Hunter Goodman with the home run, very nice. So that was my biggest critique, is that in terms of cheap places to eat, there weren't really a whole lot. So I would just be careful of that. It's funny because I was in Baltimore around the same time that they were running the Preakness, I believe it is. Because you have the Kentucky Derby, you have the Preakness, and then you have the Belmont Stakes. Yeah, so the Preakness. So I could have stopped and attended the Belmont Stakes or the Preakness, but I figured that at that point I needed to check into the hotel, and I wasn't going to drive out of my way to get to the hotel once, or I was in the Preakness? The Preakness is one of the Triple Crowns for horse racing. It's been that way for a long time. Let's see, I've gone to the Belmont Stakes, but I've never gone to the Preakness or the Kentucky Derby. I think my dad said he was at one of the Kentucky Derbies, but I don't remember which. I don't know if he ever said which one he was at. You know what? My phone should be fully charged, so let's see if maybe I can look this up. Let's see. Why is the Preakness called Preakness? The Preakness is named after Preakness, the colt who won the first race, the Dinner Party Stakes, held at Pimlico on October 25th, 1870. So this is named after a horse. So that's your answer. It's the name of a horse who won the first race there. Or it's named after a horse who won the first race there. But obviously, the Preakness is not going to be held there when you're traveling with your dad unless it's going to be next May, because the Preakness is already over. In fact, the Triple Crown itself, or the races for the Triple Crown, is over. Doesn't mean that you can't go see some horse racing there. I'm sure there is some horse racing. I think the Belmont Stakes also has its horse racing, or has horse racing outside of the Belmont Stakes itself. In fact, I know for a fact that they do, because they ran a bunch of races before before they ran the Belmont Stakes. Usually they do have horse racing every Saturday.
Ball, that's low.
Well, not every Saturday. Obviously, in the winters. In the winter, it's not. It's not very active.
Inside, ball one.
Michael Conforto with yet another home run. Beautiful. Keep adding on so that Satchel Paige can work 3 innings and be done with it. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting Jim Rice today. It's unfortunate. Of course, it's taken in the outfield. All right, Satchel. Let's finish this one off.
That's outside.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball one. There you go.
Yes, sir. Love to see it. Strike 3, sit down. Beautiful. All right, Satchel Paige with the 3-inning shutout. Conforto, 2 home runs on the game. Hunter Goodman also had a home run. Grady Sizemore had 2 doubles. Lou Gehrig is now up to tier 4. Hold on. Gotta reset this. Gotta reset. I didn't have to do this when I was last year. I didn't have to do this as much. All right, so four bone is Avid packs, 1 show pack. But I'm not opening those right now. All I'm going to do is finish up whatever I can on this map, and then I'll open up those packs. Ah, crud. Yep, already finished the event. It didn't take me that long at all. Must have had good luck. Whoops. I don't feel very comfortable playing on All-Star against the Astros, but whatever. All right. I really need to do a better job of getting base hits. Right now, all I'm doing is just grounding out. Mm. Oh yeah, that's already off to a great start there. You know, yeah, we got the out, but it was a loud out. There we go. Again, another loud out.
Strike.
Strike three, sit down.
Inside. Ball. Ball.
Just don't hit into a double play here.
Ball.
Don't hit into that. We should be fine. Yes, perfect. There we go. Yep, I'll take that sack fly. All right. I think we're going to bring in Yohan Duran.
Strike. Strike two. That missed. That's the ball.
Strike 3, sit down.
Strike. Two.
Nope.
Hey.
Should have kept it low. Strike 3, sit down. That was huge. Getting that strikeout was so huge.
Hee-haw. That's inside. Ball.
All right. All right. Yikes. Wait, I don't understand. Why didn't they bring in a lefty? Because they faced off against two lefties. And not only that, have Lou Gehrig now up.
Ball.
So 3 out of 4 lefty, or 3 out of the 4 batters in this inning were lefties. I mean, it worked out because, all 3 lefty batters got out. But still. All right, let's see. Ready, lefty, ready. All right, time to bring in Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Here, one. Strike two.
Strike 3, sit down.
Hee-haw.
Excuse me.
Hee-haw.
Better watch Pena over there at second or first.
No, 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 no.
Strike 3, sit down. That's the ball game. All right, so I think the next stadium to go after is the Pirates. Of course, I better be careful that Kansas City isn't going to attack because they're making some moves. And I'll get this territory later. The one Astros one. Because I don't need it right now. Ooh, are the Red Sox? Oh. I was about to say, are the Red Sox going after the Braves? All-Star? Fine. But I'm not going up against Paul Skeens. No, screw that. Alright. Sorry, I was looking at something. Turns out this was a pretty bad day for the Mets in terms of their history. Like 1985, they allowed a Phillies player to hit 2 home runs in the same inning. First time a player ever did that. And the Phillies went on to demolish the Mets 26-7. This was 1985, by the way, on June 11th. So, not exactly a great day in Mets history. Just saying. Oh, thank God. Let's go. Lou Gehrig with the 2-run homer. Now, I would have never hit that home run against Paul Skeens. I'm just saying that right now. Also, Lindor wouldn't have been on base if it was against Skeens. So, yeah, I know I made the right decision not to play or go with my ace. Even though that I normally do that for all-star games, I'm not doing it for this game. Against a different team, like let's say the Giants or the Royals, then maybe I would have done it. But not not against Paul Skeets.
Inside ball.
Ah, terrible. But whatever. Gonna have to watch Gonzalez because he has speed. Looks like he doesn't have a high steal rating. Kind of surprised by that.
Ball that's outside.
Strike 3, sit down. That was a huge strikeout right there. Now gotta go up against Ryan O'Hearn. He's gonna drive in the first run for the Pirates at least. This Pirates team is actually real. On paper, they look like they should be a pretty good team. Like it's actually kind of scary how on paper they look. I mean, you got Ozuna, got Lau, you got O'Hearn, you got Skeens, and quite a young pitching staff too. I already mentioned Skeens, but Bubba Chandler, Jared Jones, when he comes back from injury, if he hasn't already. Ow, 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 ow. Not to mention they've got Seth. They won last night. Wow. Hey, I mean it's baseball. Any given day, anybody can win a game. Just ask the St. Louis Cardinals, who the last two nights they trounced the Mets. I mean, 7-2, 9-2. It was pretty embarrassing. But yeah, I believe that any baseball team can win any game on any given day. That's the beauty of the sport. Now, you can expect a team to win a game, but in reality, there's no guarantee that team is going to win.
Ball two.
Strike 3, sit down.
Ball.
Strike 3, sit down.
Nope.
Strike 3, sit down. I'm pretty sure he just struck out the entire side. And I think if I look at the record for the Pittsburgh Pirates, I have to think they're above 500. Let's see. Yeah, they are. I mean, it's only 2 games, but still. Freaking Milwaukee killing it at 41-25. Still, the class of the field right now is the Braves. And I think they're coming into town this weekend. I think that's the next team up for the Mets. Yep. Braves tomorrow, Saturday. Oh, what? It's all on Apple TV and MLB.TV? Oh, God. Excuse me. You play the White Sox next? I mean, they're not as bad as they've been over the last couple of years. I mean, they're not that great, but they're also not bad. Not that bad, if that makes sense. So, biggest concern has to be Murakami. You cannot sleep on Murakami. They're first place in their division? Oh, wow. I am truly shocked by that. Luis Angel Acuna, for as terrible as he was to start the season, has to be thinking, thank God I'm on the White Sox. Because the Mets would be terrible. We wouldn't be in first place right now. Oh my gosh. I know that the Skubal injury has hit the Tigers. I just didn't think they would be this bad. Or the Guardians. What's going on with the Guardians? Royals are just terrible. And then, who's up after that? Oh, the Twins. They're also terrible. So I guess it's not really a surprise that the White Sox are leading. You're officially done with school? Well, enjoy your summer vacation. Dodger is done too. I think his last day was last Friday.
What do you got?
And enjoy it too, Woogie, because when you're in the workforce, there is no such thing as summer vacation unless you take it yourself. So enjoy this while you still have it. Going pretty good. You know, just working on the May Flowers Conquest Map, trying to get as much of it done as I can, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get a lot of it done or all of it done today. There's just too much, too many strongholds to go after. I mean, I'm only doing like one side of the map right now. Strike 3, sit down. I just completed that one side, but now I got to complete the other side, which has a lot of strongholds on it. All for Jim Rice's All-Star cards so that I can have that for the Legends and Flashback collection. Lindor is up to a tier 4. Holy cow. Ready, cheese. Reese! If I can get to the Royals stronghold, that'll be my final game of the stream, and then I gotta start getting ready for work. What do I mean? I mean the Royal Stronghold is gonna be the next one, and then I gotta get ready for work. In Conquest, that's what the territory that has the team's logo on it, that's called the Stronghold. It's basically think of it as their headquarters, essentially. There we go. Yes, perfect. We can play on veteran. Give me Satchel. Nola Cameron. All right. Ooh. Nope, that's going to get caught. Francisco Lindor with the home run. I tell you, that card rakes for me. Strike 3, sit down. Mm. What's up, Bubbles? How are ya? I'm not doing too bad. Yes, I did. But that's why, I'm not too worried about it myself because, well, I never did it. So, well, people are going to get banned. People are going to get banned, but in all honesty, those people are probably frustrated like I am with this game because not this is not the best that San Diego Studios could have put out. It's too glitchy, too laggy. Well, they ban as many people as they can because they want to drive the point home. Oh. I mean, streamers might get more. I don't know what kind of a ban it could be. It could be a ban for a month, could be for a few weeks, could be for the rest of their lives. I don't know. They might show some leniency because they don't want to lose content creators. But they gotta drive the point home. They have to show that they're serious. Otherwise, people are just gonna look at them and say that they're pushovers. They tweet stuff out, but they don't
Nope.
follow through on their promises, which wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this game is absolute crap, but whatever. Like I said, I'm not too worried about it myself. And look, those streamers, they had to know that they're taking advantage of the glitch like that was probably wrong. I mean, look at what they did to the guy with LaGraza last year. They banned him, and they made sure that LaGraza couldn't carry over and nobody can create it again. Dang, too bad Lindor couldn't. Ooh, lefty. Okay, we're bringing in Alvarado. Strike three, sit down. Nice. Alrighty. Almost done here. At least with this stronghold. Ah. And Conforto's going to go deep on this one. Let's go. All right, so Alvarado's going to go ahead and get the save, and Hunter Goodman is going to follow up with his own home run. Nice. Strike three, sit down. Strike 3, sit down. All right, that's the ball game. We take the Royals stronghold. Hunter Goodman with 2 home runs. Lindor and Conforto each a home run. David Wright gets up to tier 3. Beautiful. All right, that's where I'm going to stop the map. Looks like we have 9 packs to go through. So I think that would be a good way to end off the stream. Just open up some packs and see what I get. One in 8, 1 in 8, 1 in 15, and 1 in 50. Yet I've never pulled a diamond out of here. I've pulled a ton of diamonds here, but I've never pulled a diamond out of these packs. One, 29. Quick sell. All right, let's see what we get in, or what I get in the bonus habit pack, and it looks like Drew Rasmussen, who I already have, so I'll just sell him for that. There. Nope, nothing. $4.99. I could sell the Brewers. I don't need their collection done. All right, halfway through, 2 golds this time. Quick sell Diaz. Nope, nothing out of the bone is a habit pack. All right. Well, Headliners pack is about it. So if I don't get anything here, that's it. Adam Jones. Nothing. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alrighty. Well, that's about all I can do. So that's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTV NextJGGen24. It's my gamer tag that's on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start the stream. I kind of figured that Jim Rice wasn't going to be obtained today, but you know what? We got Mitch Garver, Ketel Marte, and Max Scherzer, which puts me in a pretty good spot for tomorrow. We'll just have to see what kind of big Legends and Flashback player we get. So, and we'll probably pick this up tomorrow because I don't think there are going to be too many programs that are released other than the collections. So let's see. There is going to be a new program and a new Conquest and the June Spotlight Drop 1 program finally. And we're going to have roster attributes upgrades and downgrades. So that's what we all have to look forward to tomorrow. So I hope to see you all tomorrow, Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.